The subject which we are going to see is production management. Now we can see the meaning of production management. Production management involves overseeing the process of converting raw materials or components into finished goods. It encompasses planning, organizing, directing and controlling the production process to ensure efficiency, quality and timely delivery of products. So in this production we can see the key aspects of production management. This include planning. This involves determining what need to be produced in what quantities and by when. It includes forecasting demand, scheduling production activities and allocating resources such as materials, equipment and labor. Planning in production management is a fundamental process that involves setting objectives, determining strategies and outlining actions to achieve desired outcomes effectively and efficiently. Now we can see the breakdown of planning in production management. Setting objectives. Planning begins with defining clear and measurable objectives. These objectives may include production targets, quality standards, cost reduction goals, or timelines for product delivery. Objectives should be specific, achievable, relevant, and time-based. We can say it as a SMART. The next one is forecast demand. Understanding customer demand is crucial for planning production activities. Forecasting techniques such as statistical analysis, market research, and historical data analysis are used to predict future demand for products. Accurate demand forecasts enable production managers to plan inventory levels, resource allocation, and production schedules accordingly. Next, we can see the capacity planning. Capacity planning involves determining the production capacity needed to meet forecast demand. It includes assessing variable resources such as machinery, labor and facilities and identifying any constraints that may impact the production capacity. Capacity planning helps in optimizing resource utilization and avoiding bottlenecks in the production process. Production scheduling. Production scheduling involves creating a detailed timeline for production activities, including when specific tasks will be performed and by whom. Scheduling considers factors such as resource availability, order priorities, and production constraint. Various techniques such as Gantt charts, critical path analysis, and finite capacity scheduling are used to develop a production schedule that maximize efficiency and minimize lead times. Next one is material requirement planning, that is MRP. MRP is a method used to plan and manage the materials needed for production. It involves determining the quantities of raw materials, components and sub-assemblies required to fulfill production orders while considering factors such as lead time, inventory levels and production schedule. MRP system helps in ensuring that the right materials are available at the right time to support production activities. Budgeting and cost estimation. Planning also involves estimating the cost associated with production activities and developing budgets to allocate resources effectively. Cost estimates consider factors such as labor cost, material cost, overhead cost, and any other relevant cost. Budgeting helps in controlling costs, monitoring expenditure, and ensuring that production remains within financial constraints. Risk management. Identifying and addressing potential risk is an essential part of planning in production management. Risks such as supply chain disruptions, equipment failures, and quality issues can impact production outcomes. Planning includes risk assessment, mitigation, strategies, and contingency planning to minimize the project of risk one production operation. Continuous improvement. Planning is an iterative process that involves continuous monitoring and adjustment based on feedback and performance metrics. Production managers regularly review plans, assess their effectiveness, and make necessary adjustment to optimize production process and achieve better outcomes over time. By effectively production planning activities, organizing and streamlining operations, reduce cost, improve resource utilization, and enhance overall productivity and competitiveness in the marketplace. Next, we can see the identification. Identifying and addressing potential risk is an essential part of planning in production management. Risks such as supply chain disruption, equipment failures, and quality issues can impact the production outcomes. Planning include risk assessment, mitigation strategies, and contingency planning to minimize the impact of risk on production operations. Budgeting is the foremost thing. Planning also involves estimating the cost associated with the production activities and developing budgets to allocate resources effectively. Cost estimation considers factors such as labor cost, material cost, and overhead expenses, and any other relevant cost. Budgeting helps in controlling costs and monitoring expenses and ensuring that production remains within financial constraints. So it is a method used to plan and manage the materials needed for production. It involves determining the quantities of raw materials, components, and sub-assemblies required to fulfill production orders while considering factors such as lead times, inventory levels, and production schedules. This system helps in ensuring that the right materials are available at the right time to support production activities.